Happy Comic-Con, it's your boy Moody here from a toy kind of mood with a GIJoe special review. We got Crankcase and the GIJoe Awe Striker, so let's just dig into it. So here we got the Awe all-weather and environment striker, the back. We've seen these images before, but just quick. And we got Crankcase on the side. Trying to avoid as much glare as I can. And we've got 171 in the line. There's a QR code. Hopefully they'll show a bio of Crankcase. But yeah, let's get this baby open, huh? And there it is. Awe Striker. Bare bones without the extras. Much more knobby, as Lenny calls it, tires. Got a nice suspension in the front there. Going right at the functionality. Nice and squishy and rubbery. Pretty good. This roll cage. Get the side basket. Reminds me of what we saw with the Hound, but you got foot pegs in there. Pretty cool. So there's the tires. This one doesn't look too small to me. And the reason for the smaller tires in the front was for speed. And they explained that on the last live stream. So much more squishy than what we got with the Vamp. Here's the front with the bars and lights. It doesn't light up. Otherwise, you'd be paying $3.99 and funding something. So you got the tow hook and winch. Kind of seems like a little, oh, the rope's stuck in there a little bit. So I'll be curious to see what happens to other people. There's a look at the front hood. Got grease there. 84 Type G. All little nods. I love all the use on the sticker. Not everything's so clean. Probably would have been cool to have it on the United States font there, but that wouldn't be bad. Look at the side. MK03. Here's a look at the back. See the foot pegs on the rear bumper. Hot exhaust sticker. Danger. And the light is only illuminated by this one that I got. It's not any kind of light up feature or anything. You get dialogue there. Push down a lever. Get a little bit of plastic wear around the sides. It looks like dust almost, right? So a little bit of factory residue. You got it all around here too. Feels like dust. Actually, some of it went away. Weird. Yeah, it's kind of like residue from the factory. And you got some more of the damage on the top. Warning on the intake cover. More foot pegs. Here's a look at the interior. Unlike the Swamp Hound that I reviewed, the wheel, oh, it does come out. Look at that. Hopefully I didn't break it. Let's take a look at that. Looks like a Batarang. Some nice detail. You got grips. Got like in stereo speakers. Wow. They're moving on up, GIJoe. Yeah, let's see if that clamps back on. Okay. That spins there. Oh, I really like the GPS screen. Satellite screen. Albatross. Yeah, it is GPS. Let's look at FM radio. That is hilarious. Got all the beepity boop. Look, you got the Game Boy. And you got the mic check 1, 2. Pulling that in. And that fits in there. It doesn't really clip in too much. Well, yeah, kind of does. Kind of pushes in. And you got the articulated joystick, gear shifter, coffee cup holders. I think Crankcase comes with a coffee, so 13.9 volts. Windshield. See all this, like, it's like dust. It's weird. I just took it out of the package, so. All right, here's a top-down view. Got ourselves the emergency brake. Before we put guns on and stuff, we'll go with accessories. You get this extra chair. Same exact mold as this one. Let's actually get that. Yep, no difference. Sits onto that peg. And see, nothing clicks. I like the clicking. Gridirons isn't clicking. Hasbro isn't clicking. The clicking makes it seem like, okay, you're doing something right. This would just be fun. Go to the beach, have this guy up top. Cobra won't do anything to harm. And then we want to go the hood. Watch head. Head watch. That on there. So you don't have to put decals on, but we do have extra decals. We'll show that, but you do got to put all these cages on in the hood. Okay, cool. That feels like, see, nothing snaps in, so it's always bothersome because then you just never know if it's in or not. But what's cool is with the suspension, you can kind of, gives you that extra, you can mess with it, but I don't have to worry about smashing it. Yeah, everything seems to be pretty good. If you lift it up here, okay, great. No problems there. Top down view. Of course, we got the third part. Roll cage goes up top. Again, it kind of, you just got to kind of push it in. It doesn't really snap in, you know. But it works. I think I kind of just nudged it in. That's fine. Got that. Cool. Let's get some weapons going. All right, got a pair of ammo boxes. I think we've seen these before with the vamp, but I don't have the vamp here to compare. So it'll be interesting to see future reviews when people are home with all their collections and all the cool stuff. So, and so here we have this long rifle, and it's pretty bare bones, and it is a little gummy. It did come in the box straight, but that'll, I think it's the one thing that does click. Yeah, it does. All right, now it didn't click to squeeze into there, and it does have a articulated mount. Take the ammo feed, squeeze it in there, and ba-boom. But yeah, not my favorite, but it works. Next up, we got this M2 Browning. It's a 50 cal, and squeeze the heavy right on there. I think. Oh man, you put your finger underneath there. Whoa, that's awkward. Am I gonna break this thing? I'll be the first one to review it or the first one to break it. Either way. I don't know. I don't feel like that went in. I don't know, man. I'm having some issues putting in the heavy gun on the roof. You just squeeze it in there. All right, we got it in. I guess you just got to do like a clockwork thing. So I'm guessing the other ammo box will probably go right next to it, because you got a peg right there. Yeah, these things, when I'm moving it around, sometimes the removable roll cage is removing itself. All right, we'll put that on there, and then we'll get the feed in here. And so this turret, much like the turret that we had with the Gridiron Swamp, and see, this roll cage is not, probably doing this wrong, but it's just, they're popping out, man. They are popping out. All right, you get the turret, and then yeah, it'll kind of, I might have a piece missing or something, but yeah, it's not really, doesn't swerve around too long. You get a little bit of give on the ammo there. Sure, there's a lot of, yeah, it stays on nicely. It's not going anywhere, that's for sure, but you're not going to move it all the way too much. And again, this roll cage keeps popping out. That could be a Moody problem and not a Hasbro problem. We'll have to find out. Yeah, the whole thing's kind of popping out as I'm reviewing it, but yeah, it looks nice. And then we got these disposable anti-tank launchers. So they're pretty rad. And we got the peg hole there and 2 pegs. So I'm guessing they'll go here. See, again, look, what am I doing wrong here? All right. We got all my buddies out on the town grabbing beers, looking at cuties and cosplay, and here I am, dedicated reviewing some GI Joe toys. at Comic-Con. But yeah, looking sharp. Okay, we got the pair of antenna here, so I'll throw one here. I can go there. Oh man, it's supposed to go here. Oh, look, it's all warped on the bottom. All right, let's try this other one. Uh-oh. All right, that's squeezed in. Did we mess this up? All right, that's in there. And I mean, antennas, it's okay to be a little bent, but we getting in? Uh-oh. No, we're in. We're in. We're in. We're in. Now it looks like an Ostriker. All right, so we got a toolkit that's articulated, opens right up. I wonder what fits in there. We'll have to find out later. I just want to get this inside the cargo basket here, and that snaps right in. I think we'll go this way with the extra tank. I wonder if this stuff will get in the way of putting in crankcase, but you know what? You got them right here. We'll review crankcase in a sec, but while we get the vehicle, let's try to get them in seating position and see how difficult that is. Alright, I think that's good for now. That's good. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have popped that off. Alright, cool. Is he in there? Uh-oh, something popped out. Now we got it. Steering wheel's popping out. I mean, how cool is this that this came out at Comic-Con, man? This is freaking rad. Or am I a Hasbro shill for spending the night here reviewing instead of going to get beers and being hungover? Alright, so I'll grab that. Grab the wheel, and here we go. Probably could feel like he can sit in a little, his head's almost hitting the roof, but yeah, there's some clearance. You're not going to get roadblock driving this thing, I don't think. And that was the same case with the Vamp, right? Alright, so I'm going to keep it 100, and I'm having some problems with functionality in this, much like the Vamp for me. I know the Vamp was the overall vehicle or figure of the year. Was it last year? I'm losing track of time. But I love the look of everything. And we still got to review Crankcase. And here's a look at OG Awe. And then we'll give it its extra. I love that they classified it up with the extra roll cage. It's super sick, but I'm having problems with all these pegs. They don't really stick in too much. The turret doesn't turn. I mean, the antenna, look, I've already got like a warped. I mean, look how white and warped that is already. Looking like it's already about to like snap off, or something's wacky with that. It looks like it's gonna explode. I mean, look at this. What if I go, guess I can cheat it and put it this way. What is going on here? Oh, it's flat on one side. I think it's flat on one side. Okay, so it doesn't want you to push it. I've already damaged the damn thing in one unboxing. See that? And antenna's already got a wipe. It can kind of look like battle worn damage. It's completely fine. But yeah, I don't know. I do love the way it rides, it rocks, moves around. As a toy, this thing is fantastic. And just got a little bit of weird functionality problems. And you got your tow hook on the back, of course, for the MMS. Alright, we got U.S. Army Corporal Elwood, Indiana, otherwise known as Crankcase. Yes, from Lawrence, Kansas, but his last name's Indiana. Okay, cool. But he's a ranger and a desert warfare specialist, as we know, driving the Ostriker. I don't have any of my collection with me, besides a few other things, but nothing great. This does not open. That would be cool if I just opened that. But yeah, this web gear looks new. I could be way off. Pretty sure we saw these arms before. They are not shipwrecks. That I know. We got the GIJoe logo here. See if we can go closer on the watch. We just got some lines. I'm not sure what that is. Anyone get any intel on that? While we're here, we'll crotch watch. I'm sure we've seen these legs a million times. Looks like Doc to me. Same color and all, but I could be off. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Doc had some bell bottoms. Oh, look, the classic sweater vest. Because, again, Shipwreck had that V-neck. But then this has a sweater vest. So I feel like this is all new. Maybe Lenny said this is new. Except not the arms, but I feel like this whole torso is new. And then we've got reuse here. This buckle, big and gold. Got an eagle on there. Not really crotch watching. Back here, you get an ammo pouch. And on the bulletproof vest, got all the padding there. Yeah, good stuff. All right, I'll stop looking at your crotch, big guy. All right, digging into the face sculpt. Is that battle damage or what? My goodness. Was that his eyebrow? Is it just me or is it just super red right there? Matches like the hair. It's almost like we had a paint drop into the eyebrow. I got really lucky with this one, huh? And you get like some paint smear around the hair and everything. He's got a nice looking face, but what is it? It almost looks like battle damage. I don't think that's correct. What a great mustache though, and those green eyes. Makes up for it. You got the hair. They are good stuff. But yeah, if you look at the paint, I hate to be like my dude Anthony's Customs, who's just super great at pointing everything out, but I mean that paint is a little iffy. I mean, you can see it almost looks like he dyed his hair and didn't wash it out or something with all the red residue. Just saying though, right? Just saying. He's got this, is it a Joe Pro? No, it's just a mic, even though he's got one in the car. He's got a little walkie, and he's got nice red straps on both sides. Yeah, that's crankcase. No extra heads or anything like that, but a bunch of helmets. This is like the male version of the Cobra Ferret Driver helmet that we all loved. It's nice green and white. It's almost like Eagles except with a no D green. Pop that right on. Whoa. Or will we? There's his look right there. Do I have that right? I don't feel like it's in there all the way, but it is. His nose is supposed to be guarded, so yeah, there we go. That's a nice look. And I am not doing articulation for this guy. I mean, it's, you guys know, it's G.I. Joe. Like, this isn't Jada Toys Street Fighter or anything like that. And then we got the same helmet we've seen a million times. Retro rock and roll and grunt stuff like that. It's kind of, feels like it's kind of big on him. Yeah, it's a little, wow, that's weird. A little big. It's supposed to be, am I missing something? All right, then we got the visor. Oh man, this is super rad. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? And you got like a line in the hair too. See that? You got the like crease. That's cool though. It gives them that like vintage look when they take the razor and they go down the line. So, I'm a little iffy with the goggles here. That's just me. Oh, here we go. I think we're good. So look at this in translucent white. I don't think we've gotten these before. And he's got this scarf. He's super hipster and everything, so that makes sense. I guess, you know, there's different looks. Let me throw this on. Throw the visor on. Just give you some different. Put the visor on there. Yeah, it's a lot of green. And you get this bandit look, but obviously he's out in the dunes in the sand, so he's got to cover his mouth and his nose from all that. So, crank that on. Get it? Crank it on. Crank in the review. Oh, I guess you put this on first. Helmet on first, then this? This is ridiculous. How about like Malibu's Most Wanted? Oh my goodness. There's so many different options. I know you're wondering out there, but seems to be a challenge to get this helmet over with the glasses. So I don't know if that's gonna work. I thought I saw pictures with like everything. Maybe not. All right, seems like we got it. I don't know. That's kind of crooked in there. That might just be a little too much going on. All right, so this can happen. Do not put the helmet over this. I'm sure someone will work it out, but here we go. Yeah, there's, if you want to get the handkerchief, get the goggles in there, press that up, and I think we've got the visor. It's a lot going on, but it can happen. Let's try the helmet now. Maybe that's why the helmet's so big, because then it can fit all this stuff in it. I guess that makes sense, huh? I don't know if this is supposed to be like that. It's not going to fit over the ears, but I don't know. Kind of feels like it's low. The handkerchief is low on him. Maybe I have it upside down or backwards or something. That is Knox. You know, I think we've seen these a few times before. He's loaded. He's loaded. Right, so I almost forgot about these rockets. They squeeze right in there. Right inside. Again, these are not. Let's snap in the best. All right, cool. And if you wanted to put them in without having to take it off, yeah, it slides right in. So those go in there. They were with the weapons from Crankcase, which reminds me, I cannot find his Glock semi-automatic pistol or his knife. It's just crazy. They're not in the holster. They're not in his sheath. I checked all the bags. I checked the floor. Maybe I'll stumble upon it tomorrow, but yeah, and he's got a gun holster. I'm not sure why it, and he's got this holster. I'm not sure why it didn't just sit on him. Maybe it was just easier for the packaging, but goes on there and it's awfully loose, I guess, or we put it there. Yeah, it just kind of slides off. I think I have it the right way. Yeah, I don't know. It's very loose and weird. But even when you're missing stuff and you're just drained in sweat from Comic-Con, nothing like a little bit of Cup of Joe to solve all the problems. But lots of fun stuff. But look at the paint on that. It's kind of, it's not great. Dripping on there. Looks like I had a factory no-no here. Missing a gun, missing a knife, and some questionable paint apps. It's a shame. And before we go, we can't forget about the sticker sheet. Got all these nice teeth. Oh, I have it upside down, I guess. Dragon teeth. I may hook this up, splicing it up, classify it up. I don't usually mess with these extra decals, but these are a lot of fun. Alright, first impression review for the Striker and Crankcase Whiskey Time, baby. And yeah, I apologize if this was somewhat of a rushed review. Don't have anything to compare to. And I'm sure there'll be plenty out there once people get their hands on this. I mean, shout out to Hasbro for the surprise drops. I mean, this is how you do GIJoe July, baby. That said, I'm torn on this thing. There's just all kind of functionality problems like I had with the Vamp. I think people were super high on the Vamp. I like the Doom Buggy better, than I did the Jeep. But I don't know, man. The shocks are so cool. I love the tires. Crankcase looks phenomenal. But this roll cage is kind of, I don't know. It's loose but not. See, it pops out. The turret is kind of funky on there. And I just feel like when you play with it, things come apart. But it's also cool to play with because it rolls a lot. And there's a lot to do. The extra roll cage is fun. I'll go, I'm going to go 4 out of 5 for Crankcase. He's a very, very solid driver. Super fun. Looks great. Fantastic. But as far as the vehicle, I don't know. This could have been classified up a little more. And it is a fun vehicle. But I prefer the Hound. At least the Swamp Hound. The Swamp Hound just had so much more going for it. And yeah, this is the basic striker rate. This is the jungle. This is the desert hound, if you will, in a way, or the jungle hound that's in the desert. And being able to have the classic Striker with the classified up version is really cool. And I can't wait to throw different characters on it. And it was just nice to have at Comic-Con. That said, I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 5 on the vehicle. I just had too many issues with it, and it could be because it's a first look, and I could be doing something wrong. But yeah, there's just this piping not clicking in. I'm missing weapons. There's paint app issues in his hair. There's paint app issues on the coffee cup. I know it's not that important, but the thing looks great. It's just not one of my favorites. It's a 7 out of 10. Like IGN says, it's good. It's good. It's good. And Crankcase is like 8's great, right? It's not a super thing. To me, none of this is going to be end of the year anything. But it's cool. They did it. It's iconic, and it makes sense to do. That's going to do it for the GIJoe Classified Striker and Crankcase review. live from San Diego. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Just like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be tons more reveals and coverage. We've got the G.I. Joe panel coming up on Friday. That'll be a lot of fun. Until then, guys, be good, and I'll catch you in San Diego, okay? Peace.